You guys can probably do that, yeah? Name the song if you know it. All right. What's going on out there, guys? Will Ripley here, coming at you live for Campfire Guitar Star. Hope you're having a great Sunday afternoon. Do drop me a note once you drop into the call. Let me know what kind of guitar you're playing today. If you don't have a guitar in your lap, go grab one. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be doing a jam session here, as you can see. And I already see Philip asking, why is it the last live lesson? And so the topic, though, we'll get to that in a second, but the topic that we're going to hop into are songs that are easy to jam. Okay, and what I mean is, like, if you're ever to get together with another guitar player, and you probably know somebody else that plays guitar, right? Or sometime very soon, I'm sure, you're going to find that guy or that gal that knows how to play guitar, and you should get together with them. And it's always nice to just have a couple of riff ideas, like, hey, if you play this and I play this, let's try that, you know, and they go together super well. So I've got 3 tunes for you here that I want to share with you that are pretty easy to do, and they both have they're very different parts, but they're very complementary to one another. And if you caught my email today, I was talking about it being like peanut butter and jam, okay? And yes, jam, because we're going to be jamming. I know, it's like a loser dad joke. But hey, I have 2 kids now, so I'm allowed to make dad jokes, right? Anyways, 108 Run the Gate. Good to see you, man. Trevor, Philip, Dave, Tom, Petissa, and Billy, and David again. What's up, guys? Good to see you on the call. How is your Sunday going? David's playing a Tele. Philip is playing an electric guitar, and Tom nailed it. It's Fame. Yeah, so that's it was David Bowie and John Lennon, right? Isn't that true that they both wrote the song Fame? And so what's interesting about that track, and that's of course what I was warming up there warming up on there. So there's 3 parts, right? There's these layered guitar parts on Fame, and it's so cool. So there's a guitar player that used to play with James Brown, and if you check out the song called Hot by James Brown, you'll hear the exact same guitar parts and exact same kind of bass line and melodies and everything like that. Not the lead vocal melody, that's very different, but like the instrumentation is exactly the same in James Brown's Hot as Fame by David Bowie and John Lennon. Have we confirmed that yet? Anyways, so we got these multi-layered guitar parts. So why don't you guys grab your guitars if you haven't already. What's up, Ryan and Lonnie? Lonnie's given me an emoticon like this. I'm not sure what that's all about. And David and W.M. Callahan. And he says, Will, the book is awesome. Thanks. You're very welcome, man. Glad to hear that you got our book. And Carrie's on the call, and she's playing a Martin. Awesome. Or Carrie is like one of those names. I know guy Carries and girl Carries. Anyways. So guys, I got some tabs for you here. So let's just go ahead and grab those. I have those already. Now, just before I drop in the tabs, somebody was asking earlier, why is this the last lesson? Who asked me that? Philip asked, why is this the last lesson? So this is titled The Last Live Lesson. And this is because this whole month in October, if you've been tuned in the Campfire Guitar Star mailing list, you'll know that we've been doing these big, beefy weekly lessons. And so I did one called 5 Killer Riffs that are awesome to practice, okay? And we went over like Guns N' Roses and all kinds of riffs that are like, so Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. That's actually a really good picking exercise. So I showed you my 5 favorite songs that are also great for like practice and exercise and technique. Mike went into a Santana lesson. Mike also did a B.B. King style lesson, breaking down the styles like deeply, like 45 or hour-long lessons, diving deep into Santana, diving deep into B.B. King. Those styles and those techniques that those guys were so legendary for. And then what did I do last week? I did another one, 19 powerful riffs. So we're all talking about like all those killer rock riffs. Anybody know the name of that song? Go ahead and drop it in the comments if you do. Anyway, so that was an example of one of the 19 powerful rock riffs, like those single note riffs. I love single note riffs, and I teach them a lot in our courses and to our one-on-one students and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so what I'm getting at is we did these big, beefy, full-length lessons with PDF downloads, and I'm about to drop in the PDF link for you right here in 2 seconds. So the idea, guys, is that I want to keep on doing these big, beefy lessons. But the thing is that we need participants. We need people to join us on the live calls, and we need people to join us on the replays. And so what we've been doing and what I've been telling you guys is that we got this thing called the All Access Pass, okay? And I don't open up the registration or invite people to it very regularly. And in this last month, I've set up a weekly live lesson for you to join to see just kind of the potent powerfulness of the All Access Pass, and for you to join in and catch the replays and just see how big and juicy these lessons are, okay? And right here tonight, for a $1 trial, you can sign up for the next 30 days, okay? Continue to get a weekly live lesson, but also you can get access to every single one of our courses. Okay, and so we've got $600 worth of guitar courses. We've got a blues course, an acoustic course, a rock course, a course on 1960s, like all the rock and roll from the 1960s, and our beginner program, 5-minute guitar. Also, for this $1 trial, I want to send you to your door our 5-minute guitar book. Mr. Callahan said earlier, "Hey Will, book is awesome, thanks." You can roll back in the comments. That's his quote, not mine. But anyways, so We'll send that to your door totally for free on the house. The thing is, guys, I'm really committed to making you into that guitar player that I know that you want to become, and that's why we're all here hanging out together today, right? So we can learn how to play this thing, get this thing in your life. And I really, truly believe that the All Access Pass is going to be a great way for you to get guitar into your life in that way, because there's something that's really powerful, just like right now, how you're watching this, okay? There's something powerful about sitting down, setting the time aside, to tune in live like you are, or maybe you're catching the replay, okay? But it's important to do that for your guitar playing. And I think that these live lessons and having that weekly accountability will really, really help you out. So if you guys are curious about this All Access Pass, do ask me any questions about it. Like I said, you get all of our courses, we'll send you the book, and you're going to be getting weekly live lessons like this. But this, guys, periodically we'll do a live lesson on the YouTube channel, but we've actually been doing them on Zoom, where you can tune in with your video camera, okay? And I can actually, or we can unmute you and you can talk live, so we can actually interact together. And that's another big part about why the live lessons on Zoom are so much better than the ones on YouTube. But we will periodically do the ones on YouTube. So do let me know if you do have any questions about the All Access Pass. I'm going to drop in that link for the All Access Pass right inside the chat here. And so that link I just dropped in right there, that will bring you over to just the information page. I've got a full video, a breakdown of all the courses, all the bonuses, everything that you'll get, and you can start your $1 trial right from that link. And then it's just $19 a month afterwards, okay? And so I want to help you guys, and if you want to hang with me and Mike B and continue to work with us and get better and to ask questions, and we also have a members-only community that we're just firing up and getting the wheels turning on, which is really exciting too. So I want you to be a part of this, and I really want to help you. So, okay, so like I said, let's hop into the lesson, and I'll see if there's any comments or questions that are coming in already. But this is the other link that you want to get pulled up, so that great big Google Docs link that I just dropped in, that will get you over to the tabs for today's lesson. All right? Yeah, and you guys called it. That was The Ocean by Led Zeppelin that I was playing. Cool, so Scott is tuning in from Victoria, BC. I lived there once for 4 months. Nice to see you, Scott. Cool. Yvette says, love your tutorials and videos. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Joseph is here. Awesome. David's asking about Delta Blues. I sure do like the Delta Blues. Sure do like the blues in general. So, and Yvette seconds that. Yes, Delta Blues. Who's your favorite Delta Blues artist? Like when you think about Delta Blues, who comes to mind for you? David and Yvette, let me know. And Lonnie is here. Ryan has the All Access Pass already. And David asked, okay, how much after the $1? Like I said, it's just $19 a month. It's usually, like when I do normally launch it, it's $27 a month. Okay, so that's actually a discounted rate. And considering you'll be getting a weekly live lesson, all of our courses, I hope, like some people are a little bit weirded out by the subscription thing. Just know you can cancel anytime, and we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So even if the first payment does come out for $19, you can, and you still don't see the value, or it's just not for you or whatever, you just email us, write us on Facebook. There's a million ways to get in touch with us. It's very, very easy. Just ask us to cancel. No worries, we can part as friends. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anybody to be weirded out by a subscription, but in order for us to do the weekly live lessons and to do that every single week, then we got to have people subscribe. We got to have people locking and loading it and hanging out with us. So I hope that you can see that $19 a month is just super cheap. It's like grossly undervalued, really, because considering our one-on-one lessons are at least $60 per hour, with students paying anywhere between $200 and $300 per month, this is it's like close to one-on-one lessons. You get that one-on-one interaction kind of, in the group lesson environment. You get to ask your questions, but yeah, at $19 a month instead of like $200 or $300 a month. So yeah, so hopefully you guys can see the value in that. William, I think that's your name, Mr. Callahan. Zoom is a video conferencing software. And that's where we're doing the live lessons. Just gonna tip this down ever so slightly so that we can get everything in view here. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So make sure to grab that document pulled up. Oh, and cheers. And Ryan, who is an All Access Pass member, says that it's worth it. Great lessons. Awesome, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Because there's one thing for me to say it, and then it's nice to hear from an actual student who is getting some value from those. So yeah, we've really been working hard on the All Access Pass and like really making it awesome. So I'm glad to hear that. And yeah, these live lessons are super fun. So let's dive into this first track, guys. This song is called Bush. Sorry, this song is called Machine Head by Bush. And when I was about 16 years old, me and some friends got this song rehearsed and performed it at a high school assembly. Oh yeah. So let's check this out. So here's what it sounds like. We got two parts, right? So all of these songs are gonna have two parts. All right, so the first part goes something like this. Of course, I got my looper pedal going. So that's bringing me back in the day when I was playing guitar for the first time. It was my first band, that I ever played in, and we played that song. Okay, so we got two parts. Okay, one of which, guys, as you can see on the tab, is we have this octave shape. So an octave is always in this case, our first finger is going on the 4th fret of the A string, as you can see. And then you're always gonna go up two frets and 2 strings over, okay? So you get that shape going on. So it's the exact same note, just, of course, we're doing an octave higher. So this note and this note are the same. So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna shift that exact same shape up to the 6th fret, up to the 7th fret, and up to the 9th fret. Okay, so just find those. So 4, 6, 7, 9. 4, 6, 7, 9. Okay? And this will really challenge your left hand muting, which is a really important guitar technique. But ideally, what you'll want to get is where you can plow through all 6 strings, and you can really hear that gets a nice aggressive sound. Okay? But that's because I'm able to mute the low string with my first finger, and I'm able to mute the high strings with my first finger and a little bit of my 3rd finger. So even though you can hear there's all these strings that are actually muted. So that's an advanced technique, but as you can hear, it's pretty awesome once you get that dialed in. All right? Okay, so that's the rhythm. Right? So let's just take it slow. Are you ready? Oh, and then what I was going to say is, like, if you can't get all the 6-string muted thing going, just narrow the pathway that you're strumming. Just keep it really small, so you're going like. Okay, so here we go. We'll take it. Boom, down, da 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 down, da down, down. 1, 2, ready, go. So that's part number one. Okay, now while that's happening, we can have these other two chords. That's a really cool effect, right? So we get these two chords that make this riff sound different every time. So all that is really just a power chord on the 4th fret of the A string. So that'd be the same place that we start, right? So, and sure enough, there's a power chord there. But here's a secret awesome trick to making your power chord sound huge and epic. Okay, so whenever you get a power chord on the A string, you can drop your first finger to cover both the E string and the A string. Now check this out. We can change this into just like power, right? So, and that's just by dropping in the low E string on the 4th fret. So I'm doing a bar on the 4th fret of the E and the A with my first finger. So here's the chord singled out. Okay, so that's a big, powerful, beautiful chord, okay? So that would be the first chord, so. Okay, and then we're quite simply just move to an A chord. Now I always play my A chords with my first finger. You see your A chords played with your 3rd finger, like this, but hey, I just say if you can do all 3 strings with 1 finger, why don't you? Okay, and really it's mostly just a power chord. You're really just focusing on these 1, 2, and 3 strings. Okay, so we line it up like this. So we got, get this chord ready. Here we go. Let it cycle through, and then you switch. Let's do that one more time. All right, guys, so now the next part is we're gonna rhythm this up. We're gonna go. Okay, so quite simply, another left hand muting technique. We've just got the difference between the chord, and then I just let go of the chord. Okay, so then everything's deadened out, right? So what that means is that we're going to do this rhythm. Bow, 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 bow. Okay? Down, 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 down. And that's tabbed out. You'll see all those X's there in the tab. And that's going to just strictly mean that we're going to do those. And you can just count those left to right, how many there are. But yeah, so we got bow, bow, chicka, chick, bow, 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 chicka, chicka, bow, bow, chicka, chick, bow, bow, bow. Okay? So let's take that nice and slow. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. One more time. Okay, you put them together. Here we go. And let's go right into it. Okay, so those are those two parts. Pretty cool how they go together, right? And yeah, remember that power chord move where you can change your A string shape power chords, drop in that low E string. Just so powerful, I love that. Right, just very, very powerful sounding. Yeah, Four Walls music. You got to breathe in, breathe out. You betcha. All right, so, and yeah, David, you say Charlie Patton and Robert Johnson. Pretty classic Delta blues right there, my man, for sure. Okay, so the next tune that I want to go over is Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. Now, this is cool because we basically got 3 chords. We've got a G, C, and an F. And if you're good at those chords already, then this is really the shapes that you want to be doing, like this. And I'm going to give you a more beginner version if this is maybe too advanced, but use your 3rd finger and your pinky finger to play your G string or your G chord. And I'm muting my A string with my 3rd finger. Okay? And then when I switch to a C, I just move my 3rd finger over and then add on my remaining C chord fingers, but I leave my pinky finger there. Okay? Just rocking out a little bit too hard on Bush, a little out of tune. Okay? And then I go to my F. So my 1st finger gets to stay there, and I just bump these 2 fingers down. Okay? But what the version that I want to show you guys is really just like this kind of strum version. And check this out. This is one of the, like when I'm teaching total beginners, I love showing them this tune. So, so if you play a G chord like this, exact same chord, just different fingerings, okay? And if you're ever wondering, like this G chord is actually the exact same as this G chord, okay? And now what I'm suggesting in this lesson is to actually take off your 1st finger, and you'll probably even feel that A string bump up into the back of your 2nd finger, and it ends up being muted. So a lot of times I'm playing my G chords like that, and I notice that a lot of rock stars, whether it be Slash or Jimmy Page, or AC/DC guys, they're often playing their G chords and muting that A string as well. Okay, so so we got this chord, and now check this out. To do the 2nd chord, it's a 1-finger switch. Okay, and then another 1-finger switch down, and this is like a weird F chord, but it still works. Okay, so once you get that down, you can actually do a basic strum pattern like this. Switch over to my other amp here in the looper pedal. So here we go. So the lead guitar kind of starts out like this. And then when the drums come in, Okay, so my friends, let's break this one down. And if you are just joining us or anything like that, I'll just make sure that you guys do have the tabs. I see a bunch of you guys in here already. So here is the tab link if you're not over there already. And so we're breaking this down on page 2 there. So you'll see those 3 chords, and on page 3 I've got these alternate versions of the G, C, and F. Okay, so you can get a basic strum pattern going, and of course the way that Slash actually plays it is a little more advanced. This one actually took me a bit of time to get. I actually haven't played it for like probably months, but it's something like this. Right? But what I'm suggesting for this lesson is you can do something more like this, where you're going. Right, just this one finger switch. Okay, and like I said, and if you know the song, you can actually just do like 1 chord shots as this goes through, much like the intro, right? So that guitar picking part comes in, and then right? So that's kind of fun too. And Again, I love teaching this one because we can get just even those basic one-shot chord punches, and really that's essentially what G and R are doing in that track. So we got that going on, and then of course we've got this whole melody that's going on, which is just so classic, just such an epic guitar lead melody. And I have it selected here right now. If you slide down to the bottom of page 3. And so here's the guitar lead melody. So we're all based really around, if you know your E minor pentatonic scale, which probably some of you do, then you'll be familiarized with that, because we're really all in the 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 15, okay? But really, you got to know that that's a G major scale, because we're not playing anything in E minor in really this whole entire song, okay? So it's, so we got this 12 hammer 14. Okay, so 12, 14, back to 12, up to 15 pinky finger on the B string. All right, so we got just these classic kind of country licks, right? All really based around that G string at the 12th fret, which is a G note. And sure enough, you know, this whole riff is really based around a G chord. So okay, so I'm going to burn through this pretty quickly. You do have the tabs here. You can always come back and watch me play this and things like that. But but here's the big thing: is grabbing your second finger on the 13th fret of the B string. Get your first finger in behind it, because you're going to need a ton of muscle to go like this. Okay, so that's. Okay, and so we're just remembering all those bends, you're going to want to have fingers loaded up in behind it. If you're trying to do your bends with one finger, you're going to have a heck of a time. Okay, so there's the guitar lead melody for that. And then again, here's what it all kind of sounds like together. So you can see that once you get the idea there, I'm just improvising and just jamming along with that. But that's your G major pentatonic scale, you know, and you may know it as E minor, but that's kind of the confusing, wonderful thing about major and minor pentatonic scales is that we can once you learn your minor pentatonic scales, technically you can actually play all of your major pentatonic scales. So, but yeah, we're really just, you know, once you get some of those licks and some of those bends, it's just all that classic stuff. And one thing I want to point out is that I'm going on my neck pickup and I'm actually rolling my tone back almost all the way, and that's a big Slash, Guns N' Roses type of move. So you can see when I have it open wide open, but then I roll it back, it just like makes the whole thing darker, but also fatter, and it kind of sustains in a really nice way. It will definitely give you that Slash sound. No matter what guitar you're on, if you're on a Strat, you'll actually be able to attain more of the Slash tone by rolling down your tone. So check that out. All right, so the third and final tune that I want to go over is Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. And just in case some of you guys are just tuning in or anything of that sort, do let me know if you guys have any questions about the All Access Pass. And again, that's that your invitation to the All Access Pass is closing down tonight at midnight. And so if you want to continue getting lessons like this, if you want to keep on hanging with me and Mike B and doing the live lesson thing, definitely consider just signing up for that All Access Pass. I'm going to drop in the link one more time here, just so you guys don't miss it. So yeah, so we're going to be doing a live weekly lesson. We'll ship our book right to your door, and you'll get access to all of our courses. So it's a $1 trial for 30 days. Then it's just $19 a month afterward. So that means that you can get the next month of lessons for free and just keep it rolling with us, just like on lessons like this. So if that sounds cool to you, then definitely consider signing up. So this is another track that I actually learned in high school. I just realized that now. But this is a track that, again, me and some bandmates put together for a high school assembly and played in front of our school. And so this is Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. And let me just go ahead and dial up this guitar part for y'all. Here we go. So we'll get the chords going on over here. So we got... rhythm part, of course, and then here comes the lead for you. This one will be cool, especially if you're working on your bar chords and things like that. And so what we got going on is an E major chord, okay? And I want to also show you, like, who here does not have bar chords? Just say me or yes, or, you know, let me know. Just drop me a comment. Let me know if you have your bar chords or not. Because I actually have a great way to suggest that you start practicing bar chords, okay? And that, what that is through your E, like by using power chords, okay? So instead of even your full E major chord, you can actually just play an E power chord, okay? and then a 4th fret power chord on the A string. You can see my first finger is on the 4th fret of the A string, 3rd finger on the D string 6th fret. Just bump that whole thing over to your low set of strings, and then up 1 fret, okay? And you can just even punch those twice. Okay? Now, if that's too easy for you, then you're going to want to consider getting your E major chord going on, your C sharp minor chord going on, okay? Your 4th fret major chord, which is a G sharp major, up to an A major. Okay, so we're really shifting this shape around on. And even from here, here's a kind of a secret little trick that you can do, is play your E major chord like this, right? So then you're really just keeping this as a little 3-pack. You know, they just stick together. So then when you move over here, they're always sticking together. So I do have all of these chords listed out for you inside of just down on the PDF right underneath Where Is My Mind. So we've got the lead guitar, but here's the chords. So we've got E major in this open position. We've got C sharp minor on the 4th fret, okay? And then your G sharp major is also on the 4th fret, but to play your A major, you're just gonna wanna move that last shape up by 1 fret, okay? So those are the chords. Okay, so now while that's going on, we have this beautiful little lead line. And this is actually super easy. You can actually play this 5 and 4, so 5th fret of the B, 4th fret of the high E, alternate back and forth with down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, okay? So that's the first shape, okay? Super easy, right? Then you just move over to 4-4, cover your first finger over the 4th fret on both strings. And that's it on that one, just down, up, okay? And then the melody here, you just want to get on one string first, and it's da, 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 and then you're right back into it, right? So ba, 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 ba. So that's the melody there at the end, and what the guys from the Pixies actually do is they drone their high E string along with that, so you actually are strumming between 2 strings there, so. And I know that sounds really dissonant, but it just happens so quickly, and yeah, so we get this little high E string droning on there. You can try one finger too, but. Power chords. So those are the 3 tunes that I had planned for you guys. Again, the idea here is that when you get together with another guitar player and maybe you know somebody already that you can jam with, and it doesn't even matter how good they are, you know, a lot of these parts are basic, but then you add on the other layer, and they're super fun. And so hopefully you had the chance of jamming along with me here today on the different parts. And yeah, a looper pedal is a cool thing to have. I'm just using a TC Electronic Ditto, just the real small one. And yeah, I think it's like 100, 130 bucks, something like that. But I think that there's even more, more inexpensive pedals. I think this one company, Mooer, makes a loop pedal that's even less expensive. So, but anyways, even that is pretty affordable and it'll get you jamming and yeah. So in terms of looping, I mean, there's pretty expansive looper systems out there. I've never really been into that myself. I just want something basic, just to do what you heard me do on the call here today. But yeah, if you learn both these parts, then you can actually get together with somebody else and be like, hey, how about you just play, you know, this part from Paradise City? 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can rip. You know, so you can get 2 parts going on, and a lot of these parts are attainable, relatively straightforward. At least one of the 2 parts are. So any questions, guys, do let me know. Now is the time for Q&A. That's part of the live lesson, you know, thing that we do is we get the live, the live interaction going. And so what we've been doing in the last month is we've been doing these live calls on Zoom. Who here knows what Zoom is? Have you ever used Zoom or anything like that? It's basically just like Skype, but it's just smoother, faster, better. You can record the sessions, and then you can actually do a group call. So imagine all of us on the call right now, and then you can decide to turn on your video camera or not. And then if you have a question, then I can actually unmute you, right? And then you can just ask me on the call. And yeah, so it ends up being this group environment. So rather than me, you know, yakking at you right now, we can actually kind of make this more of an atmosphere where we can interact together and you can ask questions and get them answered live. So of course, I'll do my best to answer your guys' questions in the chat. So do let me know if you have those. And so what we're doing is, as you can see, the title of this lesson is The Last Live Lesson. So in the month of October, we turned out some really powerful full-length lessons with PDF downloads. Let me know, has anybody here joined any of those? We did a Santana lesson, a BB King lesson. I did one on 5 riffs that are awesome to practice. And then I did another riffs lesson on 19 powerful riffs. And then I'm coming at you live with this one, 3 songs that are easy to jam with tabs, of course. And so let me know if you guys have had the chance of tuning into any of those. I hope you have, because we've been pouring our hearts and soul into those and trying to get you guys to see the value of setting that time aside in your weekly schedule to hang with us live, or at least to catch the replays. You know, there's something really powerful about that, and we want to help you stay accountable. And you know, it's just part of me being dedicated to helping you learn guitar and get guitar into your life. As you can tell, I'm pretty into guitar. I think it's one of the best things on earth. And if I can help somebody else get the, you know, a similar feeling to guitar and music that I have, I love to share that. So I want to hang out with you guys weekly with the All Access Pass. You can do that, and you'll find that link right here. There it is. So campfireguitarstar.com/all access. You'll see all the amazing bonuses, everything that you can get. So definitely check that out. And I see that Mark, he said he's joined the All Access Pass. Great to hear. But I can't find my way into it. So Mark, I'll try not to do too much like support on this particular call. We'll try to keep the questions just to like the guitar lesson. You can always email will@campfireguitarstar.com. And that's just right here, will@campfireguitarstar.com. That is our email. Of course, I'm Will at campfireguitarstar.com. So yeah, so anything like that. But yeah, basically the short answer to that is go to campfireguitarstar.rocks, or you go to campfireguitarstar.com, hit the members area, and you should be able to log in. And so Trevor says Hendrix and SRV lesson. Trevor, what about it, man? Did you check out a SRV lesson? I've been releasing a couple of SRV lessons, or is that an official request? Or you want me to give you a Hendrix SRV lesson right now? Let me know what you're talking about, Trevor. We do have a couple of Hendrix and SRV lessons on the channel already. Like Mike just yesterday released a couple of easy Jimi Hendrix riffs, and one was Hey Joe and another one was Who Knows. Some classic Jimi Hendrix riffs. And then, like I said, I've released an SRV lesson on Pride and Joy just, I think, last week. And that's cool to see a lot of people getting some value from that. And then also I did one on Cold Shot by Stevie Ray Vaughan as well. And that one really blew up. I released that in September, and it's got nearly 50,000 views on it. So that was been really cool to see. So do let me know, guys, if you have any questions about the All Access Pass, any questions about the stuff that we went over. Of course, this video will be up for replay. I do hope that you take advantage of that All Access Pass. I truly believe that if you set the time aside and mix that with getting powerful information, then you will become a great guitar player very, very soon. Okay, and that's what we're trying to do in the All Access Pass. We're trying to deliver awesome, full-length, big, juicy, powerful, packed lessons. And so we want you to set the time aside to join us live or to catch the replays, which will be really good for you. Of course, you've got to set that time aside. And then we're going to deliver you really wicked, powerful content. Like, like I said, we went over Santana stuff, B.B. King stuff, all kinds of riffs and exercises and technique and theory and scales and chords and all the kind of stuff that you need to know to play just like some of those legends. So, so you got to set that time aside, invest in yourself, and we've tried to make this extremely affordable. So definitely check that out. And then, yeah, just start hanging with us, man, and we'll take care of the content, and keeping it all in that acoustic, blues, rock, lead guitar, blues guitar, all that, just that realm of awesome guitar stuff, So, all right. Well, cool, guys. I'm going to shut her down. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great Sunday, and definitely check out the All Access Pass. The link is in the live chat, and I'll drop it in the comments here below, so you can check that out. It's definitely worth considering. And it's closing down tonight at midnight, all right? So scoop it up. Let's hang out for the next month and get you some more live lessons, and we'll keep on rocking it, all right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this lesson. Talk to you soon. Rock on, brothers and sisters. Later.